General R.P. Kalita, Uttam Yuddha Seva Medal, Ati Vishishta Seva Medal, Sena Medal, Vishishta Seva Medal, General Officer Commanding in Chief, Eastern Command, would like to welcome Mr. Andale Ilyas, Deputy High Commissioner, Bangladesh, Senior Veteran Journalist, Mr. Dilip Chakravarti, and esteemed journalist of the media fraternity to this curtain raiser, which is the precursor to Vijay Diwas celebrations that will be conducted by Headquarter Eastern Command. I now request Major General D.S. Kushwaha, Ati Vishish Seva Medal, Sena Medal, Mr. Andale Ilyas and Mr. Dilip Chakravarti to kindly come up on the stage. With us, we have Mr. Andale Ilyas, an experienced diplomat from Bangladesh Deputy High Commission. He has more than 2 decades of service and his expertise includes trade and development, climate change, migration, and South-South cooperation. He was chair in the least developed countries, Group Geneva and New York, and has also worked as chief negotiator of Group 77 on economic and financial issues. He has been the Deputy High Commissioner for Bangladesh since March 2022. We also have with us Mr. Dilip Chakravarti, an eminent veteran journalist and author who was a war correspondent during 1971. He became a journalist in 1966 with a career spanning over 56 years. He has also been an editor for 40 years. During the 71 war, he was a war correspondent with Kolkata daily newspaper, and as a recognition for his contributions, in 2012, he was honored by Bangladesh government with Friends of Liberation War Honor. He is also the senior most member of Kolkata Press Club. The curtain raiser today is being given by Major General D.S. Kushwaha, Ati Vishish Seva Medal, Sena Medal, Major General General Staff of Eastern Command. Before I hand over the proceedings to him, here is a brief introduction of the officer. The General was commissioned into the Maratha Light Infantry Regiment in June 1989. An alumni of Sainik School Rewa, National Defence Academy and Indian Military Academy, the General Officer has also attended the prestigious Defence Services Staff College, Fire Defence Management Course and National Defence College. He has commanded an infantry battalion as a colonel in high altitude areas. He further went on to command a mountain brigade in the northeast as a brigadier. Thereafter, he has also been the General Officer commanding of an infantry division in northeast. Besides the command and staff assignments, he has been an instructor in Indian Military Academy Dehradun and Indian Army Training Team at Botswana. He has been the Brigadier General Staff of Operations at Headquarters Eastern Command. As you can see, the General Officer is very well qualified professionally and has wide and varied experiences in northeast region of our country. The General Officer is also recipient of Ati Vishish Seva Medal, Sena Medal and 2 GOC&C commendation cards. I now hand over to Major General D.S. Kushwaha, MGGS Headquarters Eastern Command, to address you with respect to the Vijay Diwas 2022 celebrations.
Mr. Andale Ilyas, Mr. Dilip Chakravarti, who are here on the stage with me, friends from the media, ladies and officers and gentlemen present here. A very good afternoon, Jai Hind, everyone. At this momentous occasion of 51st Vijay Diwas, on behalf of Lieutenant General R.P. Kalita, UISM, ABSM, SN, BSN, General Officers Commanding in Chief Eastern Command, I welcome the distinguished members of the media fraternity. I also take this opportunity to welcome Mr. Andale Ilyas, Deputy High Commissioner, Bangladesh, who has honored us with his presence for this curtain raiser event. I also extend a warm welcome to veteran journalist on my left, Mr. Dilip Chakravarti, who had covered the 1971 war in great detail. The partition of the Indian subcontinent in 1947 that led to the formation of West and East Pakistan somehow overlooked some of the basic constituents of our making a nation in form of geography, culture, and the linguistic dimension. Ever since partition, the people of then East Pakistan got treated as inferiors by their Western counterparts who tried to impose their own culture and language on the Bengali population. The refusal of the West Pakistan authorities to honor the popular mandate of 1970 elections set in motion the series of events that eventually culminated in the birth of new nation. With the denial of equal representation in the governance, lack of freedom of expression, and meager economic development, the people of Bangladesh rightfully demanded equal rights, which started in form of peaceful protest. To quell these peaceful demands, Pakistan Army unleashed unprecedented level of violence and atrocities on the Bengali civilians. Operation Searchlight on 25th March 1971, during which thousands of Bengali nationalists were killed and arrested, finally proved to be the turning point, which led to the father of the nation, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, declaring independence of Bangladesh on 26th March 1971. This prompted the native Bengali to pursue the struggle for cause of freedom from oppressive Pakistani dispensation. However, with the ever increasing brutality by the Pakistan Army, increasing number of people fled East Pakistan to seek refusal in India, which welcomed them and provided all humanitarian assistance at that point in time. You are all aware that on 3rd December 1971, Pakistan launched a series of airstrikes on our country, thus drawing us into the war. Responding to this unprovoked aggression, India retaliated in full measures, unleashing a multi-pronged attack on Pakistan. In the Eastern Theatre, along with our brave Mukti Jodhas and the civilian population of East Pakistan, the speed and strength of Indian offensive eventually led to disintegration of Pakistan armed forces in then East Pakistan. This remarkable achievement was possible due to the focused efforts of our nation as a whole and synergy between the three services. In just 13 days, Dhaka fell to the Indian Armed Forces and Mukti Jodhas. Lieutenant General A.A.K. Niazi, with all Pakistani troops, surrendered to the Indian Armed Forces, led by Lieutenant General Jagjeet Singh Arora, General Officers Commanding in Chief, Eastern Command. Furthermore, in an excellent diplomatic maneuver, Indian government secured the release of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman from Pakistan, who became the first Prime Minister of Bangladesh on 25th January 1972. I must also highlight that true to our national values, the units of Indian Army started to exit Bangladesh in the very month of January 1972, and the last unit exited in March 1972. Our two nations not only share a common ancient history and culture, but in the contemporary times also maintain an excellent bilateral relationship which are built on the foundations of strong people-to-people connect and mutual respect for each other. The Prime Minister of our respective countries have given the due importance to Indo-Bangladesh relations under a policy of neighborhood first. The recent achievements in the relationship include settling land and maritime boundary demarcation, improving connectivity, cultural exchanges, increased volume of trade and commerce. The fact that Prime Minister of both the countries have met 13 times since 2015 underlines the strength of our relationship. Our defense forces have also shared a cordial relationship over the years, which have seen an increase in the number of joint exercises and training. India and Bangladesh maintain a special relationship, and such military to military interactions go a long way in cementing our cooperation. I also must point out, as he was reading in the resume, I did my National Defence College in Bangladesh. I'm a graduate from NDC of Mirpur, so I fondly actually recall my 1 year stay in Bangladesh. Here at Fort William, we take great pride that Eastern Command was at the center stage of this historic struggle and fight against an oppressive dispensation of West Pakistan. It is therefore apt that the epic victory be celebrated in a befitting manner. This year, we have the privilege of hosting 60 members of Bangladeshi delegation and 6 serving officers from Bangladesh Armed Forces. From our side, war veterans who had taken part during the 1971 war will be attending the event at Dhaka. Eastern Command will be conducting a series of events which include an interaction between Mukti Jodhas and own war veterans, military tattoo, wreath laying, cultural program, band concert, and visit to places of historical interest. We'll be sharing details of these events with you so that the experience of the Mukti Jodhas and our own veterans can be shared with younger generation. Finally, I would like to request the media present here to spread the awareness of this historic war amongst the people and urge them to join us in this year's celebration. We would like to reach out to the public through your esteemed newspapers and the channels about the celebration. Separate press enclosures have been catered for all the functions, the details of which are being given to you separately. We look forward to a meaningful and constructive engagement with you in future as well. Thank you. Jai Hind.
May I now request Mr. Andale Diwas, Deputy High Commissioner of Bangladesh, to please address the media gathering.
Thank you so much. First of all, Vijay Pushpa, Mr. Veteran, Mr. Vijay Chakraborty, my colleagues from the mission, colleagues from the Indian Armed Forces, and of course, the media friends here. Good afternoon to all of you. First of all, sir, thank you so much for inviting us here. It's a great honor for me to be able to be present here and to address to all of you. I arrived recently, and it is the first time that I'm here in this very historical place, and I'm quite excited that it is the first time that I have got this opportunity to be inside the Fort William itself. As Vijay explained to you, it's a very important month for all of us. So first of all, best wishes to all of you for the month of victory. The thing that we say in Bangla is Vijay Mashe Shubhecha. So Vijay Mashe Shubhecha to all of my friends here. It's an historic event in the sense that through this, I don't know whether there is any such precedent in the history that two countries remained and have been friends through the test of blood and sweat. The veteran, the honorable members of the Indian Armed Forces, they made the supreme sacrifices for another country, for helping that country to become independent and a proud nation in the world. That's why we will remain, we have been, and we will remain ever grateful to the people of India above all, to the politicians, and of course to the Indian Armed Forces who have helped us in our very difficult times, not only through participating directly during the war, but also through other means, with providing support to the huge number of refugees that were sheltered in that difficult time, providing us with all kinds of support. You may know that the exiled government of Bangladesh was headquartered in Kolkata at that time, and we had every possible support and guidance from the Indian people and the Indian government. And that has created the enormous friendship that these two countries enjoy. The original talked about the present friendship that we have. That's also true. The wonderful relations between the wonderful personal relations between the two prime ministers of India and Bangladesh, Sri Narendra Modi ji and our honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, that's unprecedented. They always have access to each other. They talk to each other on any issue, and they try to sort it out in a very amicable, friendly manner. Um, you are aware, and you can also mention, refer to the issue of maritime boundary as well as the land boundary. Again, it's very rare. The two countries they talk to each other, they sit down at the table and sort out those issues. And I was very fortunate to be part of the maritime boundary settlement issue, and I saw how amicably through UN we had sorted it out without any kind of problem. The golden phase, that is there, it continues and it will continue in the coming days. We are confident of that. We, in a very joyous and celebratory manner, we celebrated our relationship of 50 years, and I'm sure in the same manner we will again enjoy the relationship of 75 years and 100 years in the coming days. You are aware that last year, again, this is unprecedented, that last year in 2021, both the Indian Prime Minister, both the Indian President and the Indian Prime Minister, both of them visited Bangladesh. That never happens. If you check the history, it has never happened that in the same year, the Indian President and the Prime Minister has visited the same country in different times. The Honorable Prime Minister visited Bangladesh in March 2021, and we had the big opportunity of having the Honorable President of India last year in December, exactly just 1 year ago. So these are the testimonies of the friendship that we have, and we are confident that thanks to your support, General, we will be having more occasions of celebration. As you are aware that Mukti or war veterans will be coming at your invitation, at your very gracious invitation. They will be arriving here next week, and I know there will be a lot of programs with them. We are always grateful and thankful to India for these events. Just the fact that we will be also hosting some events at the mission premises for, we have not yet fixed the date, but probably it will be from 15 to 17. We will send you the invitation, sir. And we will be really honored if we have representatives from the Indian Armed Forces at our events to make it truly a joint event. Finally, thank you everyone once again. And as I'll just echo the General's point that I'll request the media to disseminate this information at the widest possible so that everyone knows about the events and the friendship that these two countries enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now may I request Mr. Dilip Chakravarti, veteran journalist, to please share your experiences with the media gathering. Sir.
Namaste. I feel proud to be here in the States, using of Eastern Command and Deputy High Commissioner of Bangladesh, and you are here. When I worked as war correspondent, I was 29. And now I am 81. So I'm not good orator, but I can write. After coming here, I have some emotions because in the year 71, I have come here along other dance friends to take some training as what we have to do when born and the tank have come here. After 71, I am entering in this. In that time, so 21 to 29 to 81. So I am using. Secondly, before this meeting, there is documented refugees are coming from Bangladesh and war. Then Prime Minister Indian Commission has done this project in Bangladesh project. I have a good friend, Mr. Jacob, photos also I have seen. And here I have seen. So I have become some emotional for that reason. I have seen all these things, how individuals are coming. I have come with them from Bogota to Hill by foot to get experiences. I gone with the army to Jasur. On 27th March, I have entered to Jasur, Pune, and others. Then in the time of war. So there is lot of story, lot of emotional thing in my mind. So before uh, telling all this thing, I want diary distributed. It is in 3 editions here, in 2 editions in Bangladesh, though it is in Bengali. So I am giving this diary, printed diary, my book, Noyan Mene Bangladesh, Mukti Jutto 71. With my I in Bangladesh, 71 civil liberation. The diary, first I am giving presentation for, though it is in Bengali, to dear Symphony. After that I will do something else. What Indian Army has done in that time. Yes, I am today 6th December 2022. In the year 1971, 6th December, in Indian Parliament at 10:28 a.m., Mrs. Gandhi announced this day and recognized officially Bangladesh government. So that is the importance of this day, 6th December. And Indian Army has given life. Bangladesh Mukti Yodha, they have also given life. Just I am quoting Bangabandhu's speech, farewell address to Indian Army on 12th March 1970. The Indian Army has created an unprecedented history by helping us in attaining our freedom from the charges of barbarous Pakistan Army. We shall always remember with deepest gratitude the help that you extended to us during the greatest period of our crisis. I express my heartfelt gratitude and thanks to the Prime Minister of India, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, the people of India and the armed forces for their role in extending help to us, giving shelter to the up-to-date people of Bangladesh and by im- imparting training to the Mukti Bahini during the War of Liberation. I pay homage to those valiant officers and jawans of Indian Army who laid down their lives along with our Mukti Bahini for the liberation of Bangladesh. The friendship between Bangladesh and India, which, based on the principle of coexistence, mutual respect, will last for all times to come. India and Bangladesh will strive together for world peace and will extend all possible help to the freedom fighters all over the world. This is the Bangabandhu expressed, but this was the motto of Indian government in that time, to save the democracy in Bangladesh, to save the human being of Bangladesh, to protect the human rights of the Bangladesh. So, Indian army has been given us. They are not all Bengalis. The Indian armies who have given their lives, most of them non-Bengal. most of them. But they fought for the freedom, for the democracy, for the secularism. This is the history. And we, the Indians, feel proud for that. And we hope India and Bangladesh will remain friends forever. This is my, uh, I want to speak on behalf of our feelings of that time with journalists. And our journalist also has worked a lot. Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman recognized this. Sheikh Hasina, now is Prime Minister, she also recognized this. And she said the journalists working in Calcutta in that time, they are also Mukti because they have become the friend of Bangladesh Liberation War. So as journalists of Calcutta, we are proud. Thirdly, I want to speak just and quote one speech of Dolores Iwaru. She spoke in the year 1937 in Spain. Just see her language. Because you know, in the 1937, international brigade was formed and they fought for the Spanish democracy. They have given their lives. When they are coming there, Dolores Iwaru said, this is also in my book. Woman, speak to your children. Mother, speak to your children. Tell them of the men of the international brigade. Tell them how coming over seas and mountains, crossing frontiers, with bayonets and watch for my evening dogs, thirsty to tear of their flesh. These men reached our country as crusader of freedom to fight and die for the freedom and independence of Spain. They gave up even things, love, country, home, fortune, mothers, wives, brothers, children, and come to say to us, we are here for your cause. The cause of Spain, cause of democracy, it is the common cause of our advanced and progressive mankind. Just Indian Army has played this role in the year 71. For the cause of democracy, for the human rights, they have given their lives. Salute them, salute this Duan who has given their lives, and salute the Mukti Bahini Yoddhas for their lives, and salute who has sacrificed all these things there for that. I feel proud that I have seen as a reporter of all this. This is in I have mentioned in my book. I am not a book writer, but I can write. This is short. In short, this is my book. Thank you for.